Now I will describe the functional components of cranial nerves individually. I have made 3 columns here. I'll write the cranial nerves here and supply function and the functional component this side. First cranial nerve, olfactory, which is purely sensory, gives nerve supply to the nasal cavity and carry olfaction or smell sensation. As we know that the smell is special kind of sensation and olfactory nerve is efferent fiber. Olfactory nerve has efferent fiber, so the functional component will be spatial visceral efferent. So the functional component will be spatial visceral efferent. Now second cranial nerve, that is optic nerve. It's also purely sensory and gives supply to the eye and takes part in vision. As vision is concerned with the derived structure of the ectoderm, so it will be somatic. The functional component of optic nerve is spatial somatic efferent, as vision is a spatial sense, and somatic as is concerned with the derived structure of the ectoderm. Now the third cranial nerve, oculomotor nerve. Oculomotor nerve is purely motor. It gives supply to the extraocular muscle except lateral rectus and superior oblique. It gives supply to the extraocular muscle except lateral rectus and superior oblique. Now I'll write the fourth cranial nerve, that is trochlear nerve. It also gives supply to the extraocular muscle. Abducens nerve also gives supply to the extraocular muscle. So I am writing down all together. So trochlear nerve and abducens nerve also give supply to the extraocular muscle. Trochlear nerve gives supply to superior oblique muscle. Superior oblique muscle. And sixth cranial nerve gives supply to the lateral rectus muscle. Oculomotor nerve gives supply to the extraocular muscle except lateral rectus and superior oblique, which are supplied by the trochlear nerve and abducens nerve. So all are extraocular muscle. So these 3 nerve has the same functional component. So these are general, somatic, efferent. General as because these muscles are not derived from pharyngeal arch. As we know muscles that are derived from pharyngeal arch are spatial, and that are not derived from pharyngeal arch, those are general. So it has general, somatic, efferent component. Efferent as it is purely motor. So these 2 nerve has also the same functional component. General, somatic, efferent. General, somatic, efferent. So 3, 4, 6 cranial nerve has same functional component. Now oculomotor nerve has also parasympathetic supply to ciliaris muscle and sphincter pupilla. Ciliaris and sphincter pupilla, they both are smooth muscle and their function is beyond the control of our will. So their functional component will be visceral and also general, as these muscles are not derived from pharyngeal arch. So the functional component will be general, visceral, efferent. Now number 5 cranial nerve, that is trigeminal nerve. It has 3 division: ophthalmic division, maxillary division, mandibular division. These 3 division carries general sensation from the ophthalmic, maxillary and mandibular part of the face. So their functional component will be general, somatic. Somatic because it's supplying the body wall. So their functional component is general, somatic, efferent. General, somatic, efferent. Now mandibular division has both motor and sensory function. It is a mixed mixed fiber. It has both sensory and motor supply. Motor supply is it gives supply to the muscles of mastication. It gives motor supply to muscles of mastication. Previously, I told that the muscle that are derived from pharyngeal arch, those are spatial, and muscles of mastication also derived from pharyngeal arch. So it will have spatial functional component. So the functional component is spatial, visceral, efferent. Efferent as it is motor fiber. Number 7, cranial nerve, that is facial nerve. Facial nerve is mixed cranial nerve. It has motor supply to the muscle of facial expression. It has motor supply to muscle of facial expression. As we know that the muscles of facial expressions are derived from pharyngeal arch, so the function component will be spatial, visceral, efferent. Efferent as it is motor fiber. Then it gives supply to the taste of anterior 2/3 of tongue. It carries taste sensation from anterior 2/3 of tongue. We know that taste sensation is also a spatial sensation. So the functional component will be spatial, visceral, efferent. Efferent as it is sensory fiber. Facial nerve has also parasympathetic supply to submandibular, sublingual, and lacrimal gland. As I said earlier, when a cranial nerve fiber gives supply to the gland, then it will be visceral component, and another component will be general, as a supply to the gland means as the gland present in all over the body, so this supply will be general. So the functional component will be general, visceral, efferent. This function is secretomotor function. Now number 8, cranial nerve, vestibulocochlear nerve. Vestibulocochlear nerve has two parts, vestibular part and cochlear part. Cochlear part is concerned with hearing, and vestibular part is concerned with balance. Vestibulocochlear nerve is purely sensory, and as it is concerned with spatial sensation like hearing and balance, so the functional components of it is spatial, somatic, efferent. Now number 9, cranial nerve, glossopharyngeal nerve. 9th cranial nerve is mixed type of nerve. It has both motor supply and sensory supply. It gives motor supply to the stylopharyngeus muscle. Stylopharyngeus muscle. As the stylopharyngeus muscle is derived from pharyngeal arch, so it is spatial. So the functional component of this fiber will be spatial, visceral, efferent. As it is motor fiber, then so it is efferent. 9th cranial nerve also carries taste sensation from the posterior 1/3 of the tongue. As we know that taste sensation is spatial sensation, so the functional component will be spatial, visceral, efferent. Ninth cranial nerve also has supply to the carotid body and carotid sinus. Carotid body and carotid sinus carry chemoreceptor and baroreceptor that are present other side of the body, so this sensation will be general and visceral, as it carries general sensation from the viscera, not from the body wall. So the functional component will be general, visceral, efferent. General, visceral, efferent. Ninth cranial nerve has also parasympathetic supply to the parotid gland. Parasympathetic supply to the parotid gland. As it is a gland, so the sensation will be visceral, and as glands present all over the body, as earlier I said, so the functional component is general visceral efferent. So the function component is general visceral efferent. Now 10th cranial nerve, that is vagus nerve. It is also mixed nerve, has both motor supply and sensory supply. It gives motor supply to the muscle of larynx, soft palate, and pharynx. These muscles are derived from pharyngeal arch. So the functional component is spatial visceral efferent. Vagus nerve also gives supply to the glands and smooth muscle of GI tract. As it gives supply to the glands and GI tract, so its component will be general visceral efferent. General visceral efferent. Vagus nerve also carries general sensation from GI tract. Carries general sensation from GI tract up to right 2/3 of transverse colon. So it is also general sensation and visceral. So the functional component will be general visceral efferent. As it is sensory, so the fiber will be efferent. It also provides general sensation to the ear. As ear is a part of body wall, so the functional component will be general somatic efferent. Vagus nerve also carries taste sensation from the most posterior part of the tongue. So taste sensation is a special kind of sensation. The functional component will be spatial visceral efferent. Spatial visceral efferent. 11th cranial nerve, accessory nerve. It has two roots, cranial root and spinal root. Cranial root is also called vagoaccessory complex and gives motor supply to the soft palate, muscle of soft palate, pharynx, and larynx. As these muscles are derived from pharyngeal arch, so they are spatial. So the functional component will be spatial visceral efferent. The spinal root, it gives supply to the sternocleidomastoid and trapezius muscle. Sternocleidomastoid and trapezius muscle. As these muscles are general skeletal muscle and the supply is to the muscles of body wall, so the functional component will be general somatic efferent. Now number 12, cranial nerve. The last one, hypoglossal nerve. It is purely motor and gives motor supply to the most of the muscle of the tongue. It gives supply to the muscle of the tongue except palatoglossus. As the muscles of the tongue are not derived from the pharyngeal arch, so the functional component of hypoglossal nerve is general somatic efferent. Efferent as it is purely motor. So these are all about functional components of cranial nerve. Thanks for watching.